Hello, everybody, and welcome back to No Reset Speedruns. It is I, King Turtle of the Turtle Kingdom. We're going to be here watching Ori and the Blind Forest with Squidguardian10. Hello there.
Yeah, hello and welcome to Ori and the Blind Forest here at NoReset. Squid is going to be a runner, but this game requires a lot of concentration, especially in the later portions. So Tukel and Meek Simses are going to do commentary for this. Tukel, you ready?
I'll take that as a maybe.
I'll also take that as a maybe. So in the meantime, let's maybe just talk about the game a bit. Ori and the Blind Forest. It's a Metroidvania, which means we're going to go to places to get new abilities, which allow us to go to more places to get more abilities. And the category we're showcasing is actually the all skills category, which means we're gonna get the full movement palette of this game to see, which is pretty great because the late game movement options of these kind of categories get really pretty to watch. So yeah, let's see if my co-commentator is here yet. Tukel, you here?
Oh, did she press Control M too much?
I do see a lot of muted mics in the room, so let's just wait for a moment. Hey, this is the moment. Wanna stall with a donation real quick?
Alrighty, just as a reminder for everybody, we are here doing La Petite Rois, and our mission is to promote the education and development of children with intellectual disabilities, whether or not they fall on the autism spectrum. Throughout the entirety of their lives, we offer tools and support projects dedicated to providing them with stimulating, adapted environments that facilitate their path towards a life and autonomy of personal growth. So, as you see in the chat there, we have the donate link, which is going to be donate.noreset.tv. If you can, please make sure to donate to the cause to help us out. We are currently at $4,629.89. And with that, we have, just as a reminder for everybody, we do have Squid Guardian running the game, and we're going to have commentating this run Zemsis and 2Kill once we get 2Kill back into the host room.
Alright, let's just get this out of the way right away then, to not hold up the marathon too much. Screw it, I'm gonna just go ahead and give you a countdown here. How about we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Good luck on your run.
Good luck, good luck.
And
So,
I finally made it to the party as well. Seems like I just accidentally made the tab go to silent. Yeah, that is on me. I am sorry for holding everyone up, but I'm sure Xem did a great introduction to the run. So good luck, Squid.
alright, let's get on our way. As you see, we're playing on normal difficulty. Easy would probably be faster, but not allowed for this category or the game in general. So we're playing on normal. And right now, all we can do is run and jump, as is tradition. Getting one energy cell here that allows us to play saves. You do need to spend energy to save the game in this game. So getting that energy, kind of important to do just that. Now, we are walking all the way to the left here to pick up our first ability of the game. This is Sign, a friendly, very talkative orb that also allows you to shoot nearby enemies. So after we pick that up, it is time to go back to the right and make our way to the first, let's say, real skill of the run.
Yeah, sign is a skill after all. We need to collect them for the completion of the run. And as you can see, just being able to defend yourself against Nibel is very helpful indeed. But it also means that we use our UI to be off, because Sign wants to talk to us and wants to explain the game to us. But of course, we know how the game works, and clicking through dialogue is just never fast, so we don't do it. But for now, dodging these slimes can be a bit of a problem, but Squid making it look easy as he gets to the first keystone door, and with that also comes our first, big trick of the run, I guess, where we save after putting in keystones and die right after to reload or deload the door and get through it faster without having to wait for the animation. So while Squid is going there, he's just going to collect the keystones needed and then going to perform this trick known as Ghost Door. So saving and dying, and now the door is gone. It will reappear after a few seconds, but we're already through.
Indeed, just one of those minor time saves here, so far nothing too crazy. Grabbing an extra health cell up here. During the run we need a total of at least 2, 3 if we wanna be really comfy health cells at some point. There are multiple different routing choices for when to get one. This one here at the start is probably the most popular one, and definitely the most marathon safe one, because a lot of things in the game are going to be dealing 3 health worth of damage later throughout the run. And if you are only on 3, that is going to be just death. Now looking at the XP, being a bit low on that, so we're grabbing some extra XP from the plant as well as extra XP from this drop slime. We're trying to set up a level up here. That looks to me like it's about 5 to 6 XP away, so gonna be a bit late on that. We'll see when we get there. For now, this is the first tree of the game. These are the skill trees, and this one gives us the most basic of abilities, wall jumps, which allows us to jump up walls and get back out of here.
Yeah, most of the skill names are kind of self-explanatory. For now, jumping up walls, there is a rhythm to it, so Squid will try to go for that. Gets a second energy cell, which will be important after our next area and after the next skill we get. But for now, just means we can do some more safety saves. And it does unfortunately not have the XP for level up. Levels in general are important to the route. There are some mandatory level ups we need to do, and so Squid will be careful to monitor his XP throughout the run, especially in the early game, so he will be switching on and off his UI just to make sure he has everything right. But with that, we are heading towards the additional area of the definitive edition, Blackroot Burrows. And you might have wondered if you looked at the leaderboard how the definitive edition with 2 extra skills is faster than the vanilla version of the game. That is because of the next skill we're gonna get, Dash, which allows you to dash quickly through the world. So Squid will be picking that up immediately when he gets the chance to. There's just a wall blocking there, and we will have our first other big trick.
Yes, this is safe anywhere. Safe glitch is one of the cornerstones of the run. We get the control of Ori behind the ability menu. Skilling an ability saves the game, and we start a cutscene. Skill an ability to save, reload the game. The cutscene is marked as watched. We don't have to watch it. Watching cutscenes is in fact very, very slow, and we are trying to go fast here, so we're not gonna see a lot of those. I think maybe a single 4-second cutscene. That sounds about right for the entire run. Now we're down here in Blackroot Barrows. The entire gimmick is you have these platforms and barriers, and you have a light orb that Squid just picked up, and while the orb is near you, those platforms and barriers will vanish and others will appear. Now, that carrying this orb is also incredibly slow, and there are a lot of cycles to this area, and it's kind of a bit of an auto-scroller. So while Squid is doing this for the next about minute, why don't we go ahead and get 1 or 2 donations in?
Alrighty, so just as a reminder for everybody, we have an upcoming bid war later on for the Hack the Stream. We have between the parts Mega Man Maker, Axiom Verge, A Link to the Past, Gotta go slow, Super Metroid, or Turbo Kid? Right now, the Mega Man Maker is in the lead with $968.12. If you would like to see one of those games, make sure to go and donate to the game that you want to see most. These bid wars help the stream out to give more to La Petite Trois.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, definitely get those donations in. Every little bit helps, as you know. So just get in what you can, and we're all gonna be very happy for it. Now, this is where a lot of finicky stuff is coming up here as we through the auto-scroller portion. There's going to be some blind movement and some cutscene stacking nonsense going up. We're placing a save here at a very specific point because you can only place them inside of a light bulb. Then we start this cutscene, reload our game after performing a save anywhere, get back to the save we just place to reuse it to skip the second part of the cutscene. Now do a very precise movement in this place to get control during an animation, and now we have dash and can move behind the trees. So we're doing some dashes, some glides, and there we go. Make it over that gigantic death pit that is one reset area if you ever fall in it during the blind movement, and getting our way. And Tuka, you already alluded to XP management being very important here. Frankie Walk coming up. Wanna explain this?
Yeah, sure. So we have this trusty Frankie nicknamed Billy that will follow us right here. And by the end of the Frankie walk will be a 4 energy door. As you may have noticed, we only have 2 energy. So what we're gonna do is that we kill the Frankie, put 2 energy in, level up of the XP the Frankie drops. So we get our resources back, including 2 more energy, put those in as well. And if everything goes right, Squid will have been successfully broken into Moon Grotto. So let's hope everything goes right. 2 are in, 4 are in, but that is not it, because there is a death gauntlet ahead of us. Everything is trying to kill us. The water is poisonous. The Frankie tries to stomp us, gets through, still not safe, does not have energy to save or a lot of health. So needs to get to that energy cell to the right, and gonna be sure to place a safety save fairly certain, because you don't want to die over here. Takes a bit of damage, needs to drop down, get through here, and through he is. Death Gauntlet, absolutely no problem for Squid right here.
Indeed, yeah, taking a death in any of these places is horrendously bad for the run, since you need to redo the entire Frankie walk. You start back after the dash blind movement, need to redo the Frankie walk, and then get through the entire gauntlet again. It got its name Death Gauntlet for a reason, but not been a problem for Squid is true, and that means we can proceed into Moon Grotto drop down here, where there's going to be our next skill, and this is kind of what will shape the mid-game portion of this run, this combination of dash, wall jump, and our new staple skill, double jump. Does exactly what it sounds like, allows us to do 1 extra jump in the air. That is both very important because we can extend these dash glides through the air, but also because wall climbing now becomes incredibly technical. These walls all have exactly the kind of collision as the shape they look like, with all the bends and so on. And double jump kind of gives you that extra boost, so you really have to space these out to, or you're gonna lose a bunch of time. Now Grotto skip coming up, and that's a very nice setup here with the backflip. Gets a tiny lip of the wall to skip the entire left of Moon Grotto. Now rekindling to remove some rocks falling that would be here from the game. And now we can climb back out, and there's going to be a lot of wall climbing now on our way to the first dungeon of the game, the Ginso Tree.
Yeah, we were just gonna pick up the water vein from Gumo, who we haven't seen it stolen just yet. We will get a weird section where there are 2 water veins. So yeah, don't worry about it, just normal speedrun stuff. And we also glitch out some cutscenes with the rekindle skip to have Gumo just do weird stuff. But now we are on our way to the first dungeon of the game, and as Sam mentioned, this is just some wall jumping. So if you have anything more to mention to our viewers, then that would be a good time as well.
Alrighty, folks. Coming up at approximately 1:30 p.m. Pacific, 4:30 Eastern, we're going to be having a Mega Man 2 randomizer. We have a bid war currently for it to find out which character is going to be played. The FF1 fighter, the Hatsune Miku, the Justin Bailey, Mario, or Mega Man. If you like any of those folks, make sure to participate in that bid war to not only donate to La Petite Rois, but to have your character there as well. Back to you guys.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, we made it through most of the wall climbing. Now gonna kinda duck sneak through this tiny little crack here to have to push this rock a little bit less than usual. Gonna damage boost, use some wall jumping stickiness to get through the slime. Another rekindle skip to skip it, or rather to get movement during a long cutscene. Here we see Gumo stealing the water vein we already retrieved, so we're just gonna turn it in while he steals it and open up the dungeon. Now the Ginsu tree is coming up. For those of you who know the game and are absolutely stoked for the amazing music that is going to be right at the end of it, I sadly have to disappoint you. We're not gonna finish this dungeons because that's slow and loses 20 seconds to not doing it. But we can at least do the first half. The main gimmick here are these portals which teleport you to the other side or another connecting portal, and also refresh your double jump whenever you do them. So we climb up here, get to some more portal shenanigans, and cannot quite take the damage boost here since we took damage to the brambles earlier. Now we're gonna jump down here, and at the end of this room, we're going to take an intentional save, never mind. I forgot that Squid actually is on a good plan cycle here, so he doesn't even have to take an intentional death. Could have done it to reset the plan, but doesn't have to. Now we'll push this block, and then we have I guess the only real bit of combat in this game. We are going to fight this mini boss here.
And yeah, the game kind of expects you to have another combat skill right here. We will get that later, since this is all skills. We will collect it. It's just faster to do it kind of in an offset way. But Squid is using a very specific pattern to make the most out of Science attack. So yeah, he can space them out and gets a nice cycle on them. Needs to collect the XP because XP routing is still important. We're still collecting ability cells for later and ability points, and also yeah, need some more keystones because there are some more keystone doors coming up. 4 HP, so we'll probably take some damage to get another ghost door in before heading to the bash tree. And yeah, there's just some more keystones, and then we are off to the most iconic skill of this game.
Yeah, if you have played this game, you think Bash, this is the iconic ability. It allows you to grab off a lantern or projectile or enemy, throw Ori off of it in one direction, and redirect the enemy or projectile into the other direction. Now, not only that, but we also have a glitch we can perform to choose those two directions completely independent of each other, which will come up during this run. So Bash, without a question, the most powerful skill in the game here, allows us to turn enemies into movement options and progress through the dungeon. Now, we already see some intentional damage. This is what we call a key duplication glitch. We put in 3 keystones instead of 4 into the door and die far enough away so the door gets unloaded upon spawning, and it will refund those keystones for you, even though you actually never collected them on that save. yeah, that gives us 3 extra keystones. We're going to use them later to skip some slower keystones on the way. And now on the second way through, we open the door, ghost door again, to not wait for the door opening animation, and have this kind of mini boss fight where we just shoot his own projectile back at him with bash 4 times in a row to proceed to the dungeon. No, actually we're not, because it is faster to just teleport back to Grotto. That's why we kind of took a bit of a dip to the right there earlier, and now go to the Thornfed Swamp another way.
Yeah, this is yet another point where the route is kind of faster than the vanilla version, because we have these teleporters that can actually teleport you instead of just healing you. So yeah, there's another big skip coming up. As Xem mentioned, we did not finish the dungeon, which also means that our water isn't clean yet. So we need to find another way into this Thornfeld Swamp and to the Stomp Tree that does not require swimming and that does not require finishing the Ginso tree. So we will take yet another named enemy called Ringo, and we will use his projectile to clear some ceilings and floors. So with some precise bashes, Squid will get the frog where he needs him to be and just, well, take a quick death and retry again. To redirect those shots was actually a trick found in the randomizer, because this game also has a fan-made randomizer. Very well done. Gets through here now, no problem.
So accidentally takes a swimming death, so we'll have to redo the this trick again. But we've already seen Squid can do it. Also very nice bash angle there to not take damage on the spikes on the frog shot. And now there's also some finicky stuff going on where you actually have to be a certain height for the frog projectile to ever reach that height, but makes it look very easy here. Now into Thornfed Swamp, and the exit is already opened, as we could see. So yeah, we're going to be able to get out of here without any swimming, which is good, because as Tuka mentioned, the swims are poisonous, and they will be for the rest of the game. No matter how bright and clear they look, going in there will damage us every second or so. Now, here we are at our next ability, Storm. Now, Storm, mostly probably meant as a break floors and damage enemy tool, has a lot of other uses in the speedrun that aren't just go down fast. We're going to get to that once it comes up in about a minute or two here. For now, we just have to backtrack to the left side of the map, because all this time we kinda skipped an ability called Charge Flame, which is supposed to be the second one you get in the game. And we need that since we're playing all skills, can't leave that behind. And even more importantly, because as long as you don't have that ability, about half the ability tree, all those skills are not available for you to level up, and all the good go fast stuff is part of that. But now let's see if we're not going to get to see anything. Going to do a precise bash here in a position, and we didn't see anything. That is great. That means the 20-second cutscene just got skipped without anyone being the wiser. Very nicely done. That position is incredibly precise. Now bash gliding here over this instant death spike pit, where we also use Stomp to air stall a bit over the instant death spike pit, triggering the spider sack cutscene here. This is one of the cutscenes where I mentioned the only thing we're going to watch, and it's about 4 seconds. Now using Stomp to break this wall, which only works from the right side and only from a certain height. They are originally planned to be broken with Charge Flame, the ability we get right here, but we don't have that, so we had to manage another point. Now you saw Squid kinda lure down one of these enemies here. This is so we can get out faster, otherwise we would need to take a bit of a loop-de-loop, and now it is save anywhere time again, because this cutscene here takes over a minute if you watch it. So instead we're going to skill some abilities, including air dash, and then go our way to the left.
Yeah, we finally used all these ability points and all the level ups that we've acquired the entire run. And air dash also does exactly what you think it does. It allows you to dash in the air. So Squid now, besides those jumps off the ground can now also just dash in the air, and we will get another dash upgrade fairly soon. But for now, we opened our way into the Valley of the Wind. Squid now bashing and maneuvering through this area. You can see all those bash lanterns. You are supposed to have bash there, and so absolutely no problem right here. We will get a bunch of tricks right here as we take a bird and just stomp on his head to damage the wall next to us to get to the ability cell. Very well done. Now gonna get another ability cell because we need to skip some more cutscenes and we need to acquire some more skills, as yeah, he is going to make his way to the rocks to, well, kind of dip them onto the head of the main antagonist of the game, Kuro. We never see her, just know that she did some stuff and we are trying to undo that stuff. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Alright, and we have about 15 seconds of breathing room here before things get crazy fast. So if you have a very, very quick thing you want to mention, now is the chance.
I'll start with 2 donations. How about that? 2 from Keshi for $40.06, and 1 from Tecate for $209.77. As promised, $1 per goal, plus some extra help out. Let's keep it coming, people. Also, go Czechoslovakia. Please keep the donations coming for an amazing cause, and good luck to Squid Guardian on Ori and the Blind Forest speedrun. Go have a nice shot of hot sauce now.
Alright, thank you so much for your generosity. And we already saw things get fast. We have charge dash, allows us to go very fast either horizontally or to the nearest enemy, and also go very fast upward now into Sorrow Badge, which is way harder than Squid just made that look. Doing some really, really precise bird manipulation to get up here into Sorrow's Pass, completely skipping 2 entire areas of the game, including 1 dungeon. Now baiting some frog projectiles into the spike caverns up here, also not a problem. That means the nerve breaking part is over of Sorrow. This is where we also kind of get a nice level up, get a nice refill, which allows us to go store this blow and get the last ability of the game. There is Charge Jump right here. Now Charge Jump, man, these abilities sure do what they say on the box. Allows you to charge up a vertical jump that deals a lot of damage and can also break ceilings. Now the intended path is to use that in a combination with Climb, which we don't have yet, to go up here and then break a bunch of walls and kind of climb along the walls. But yeah, we kind of skip the entirety of Misty Woods, so we don't have Climb yet. We're going to need to find another way, and that way is safe anywhere. Yet again, we want our safe location to be up against this ceiling, because Charge Jump for some reason persists through a depth. So if we respawn next to these rocks, the rocks break on reload. We're going to keep our ability menu up while we do this, and here you can also see why we needed all these extra ability sets as we float up to get the last dungeon key, the Sunstone here. And the Sunstone cutscene is incredibly long. Glitchless categories like to take a coffee break here while they watch it. Luckily, we can skip all these minutes for the low price of a single ability cell. So Squid walks over, waits for a bit of a jingle in the back here, or the pop-up reloads the game, and that is Sunstone. And now we actually still have to go to Misty Wood, because sadly there is a skill in there and we're not allowed to skip these.
Yep, but for now we are just dropping down back the way we came, using some stomping as we've done already. But yeah, we will see. There is a frog in the game that we call Wilhelm, and we will see if Squid decides to show us why he is called Wilhelm. And indeed, there is the scream. Now tries to do a rocket jump, but doesn't meteor kick, doesn't quite get it. But now into Misty, which is a very execution-heavy area. You can show off all the skills you've acquired, the charge dashes that can be cancelled by a bash or a stomp, just to refund the energy they cost. A rocket jump to get up this area. But besides that cool movement, there's not a lot to talk about. So if you have any more donations or anything worthwhile to mention, now is a good time.
That we do. We have 3 more donations, starting with Dark Greens for $40.06. Unfortunately, I don't speak French that well, so I'm going to completely butcher this. Choose promise, choose du, vos le $37 for le 37 goals que te cate afia. I completely butchered. I am so sorry. But we also have $86.49 from Backstabber for the keys and even numbers. And one last one from Manix for $37, 37 bucks for 37 beautiful goals. Best player not in the NHL right now, pulling up to $413.38 for this run. Back to you guys.
Yeah, thank you so much for your generosity. Keep those donations coming, every bit helps. But yeah, we're back into the second half of Misty Woods, and you've already seen a bunch of that movement. One thing we should maybe mention, yeah, energy. These charge dashes to enemies or horizontally, they cost energy. So if you place a safety save, that's going slower because you no longer can spend that energy on a dash. Luckily, we can refund that energy by using Stomp at the end of the charge dash and then not watch the Stomp animation by jumping out of it. These are the Stomp cancels, very execution heavy to chain those together. And we've been seeing Squid do this all the time. Takes a bit of a death here as the Stomp didn't quite put the slime in the right position for Rocket Jump. Now gets it on the second try. Good safety save there at the energy crystal. Now using Charge Jump to skip a bit of it. And now there is the real Ori 1 coming up. Let's see how much we see of this mini boss. Explodes one of them and kills the second one while still underground. Not much of a fight they put up here. That is Misty Woods done. Now we open up this keystone door right here and then just sneak in instead of actually taking the orb back and getting the Gumon seal. We're just gonna dip out though and walk back down the main entrance. And if this was vanilla, we would have all the skills and could just do that. Sadly, we still have one skill left to go. Taking a bit of an extra experience pickup there as a safety. We need another ability, so to skip a 70-second cutscene that's coming up, as well as to get our energy refill here to continue charge dashing around. Now it is time to go all the way back to the start of the game and do the second half of Blackroot Barrows, because there is a grenade down there and we need that too.
Yeah, as mentioned, this is all skills, so we need all skills. Grenade unfortunately doesn't have too much use for us. Intentional death to glitch out this lever to permanently open the door to the right. We will use that later, but for now we will get to the tree. And yeah, there are some lasers, so you can see that the dash is the way to go about there. But yeah, we will go to a very long cutscene, just not quite get up. We'll take a backup to Rocket Jump. This Baneling can now open a save anywhere into the cutscene. Skipped 70 seconds. This cutscene takes forever and is also very sad, so we don't want to watch it, as there is the final skill. And yeah, this mostly allows for one trick that we will use by the end of the run. Besides that, yeah, it is a combat option, but we won't use it. And yeah, we just collect it because we have to collect it, which is also why we get it by the end of the run, because this is when we have all the movement options to go very fast. And now we just need to get to the teleporter of Blackroot Burrows and head to the final escape. So just a rocket jump up here. We need to start that builder chase. We will get our 5th health cell because, as mentioned, we do need 5 to get through the final escape, because remember, the water is still dirty, so we need to be able to survive that. Now teleporting into Thornfeld Swamp, because that is the fastest way to go to the final dungeon, and with that Squid is closing out his run right here.
Indeed, now there is some good movement left here. Rocket jumping off the Frankie, just using some of these storm cancels to get good distance over here now into Horu Fields. This is the approach to the final dungeon. We are starting to see a lot of these banelings rolling around. They deal 6 damage, so don't want to touch them. On 5 HP, get some uncancelled charge dashes for extra speed, and we're going to get an energy refill at the start of the final escape. But here is the biggest single timescape of the run, Door Warp. Wanna explain what this is?
Yeah, sure. So we have this final dungeon and we kind of don't want to play it. So what will happen is the game autosaves right here. Squid will reload, and on the first frame that he has control of Ori, he will press up. And the game just gets confused and puts you right in front of the final escape. Very well done. First try, easy every time. Can now just start the final escape. We will escape the big angry burp one more time. And after that, this run is over. So this will just be a showcase of all the skills he has acquired, and a great skill at the end as he will start and will be careful to not die to water or any flying rocks, because yeah, this final escape is really hard after all.
Yeah, not allowed to take any damage on the way. Already passed the first room and the lantern room. Now stopping down here. Will catch an elemental shot to get extra height. Now there's a bit of an S-bend coming up where you just glide down, but then suddenly Kuro starts spawning and swooping. Now the fish are on good cycle. This is where you take 4 ticks of poison water damage to get through. Now just very precise movement here at the top to not spawn Kuro in this final room. Bashes to the left because that's important. Sets up on the wall, and 1 frame trick, grenade frame 1, jump frame 2, flies into the cutscene while regaining control of Ori, which means during this black screen he can hold right and start the second part of it. Gigantic time save, very nicely done. And yeah, GG in advance. Time coming up soon as Naru finishes walking to a certain tree in the background. We're gonna call that in just a bit. There's one tiny routing decision to be done here. Will we see some Naru hops? No. All right, saves. There we go. Hopping that, and that's time. These Naru hops, when optimally done, lose you 7 seconds. So very nice. And yeah, GG Squid. That was a great run.
GG indeed.
GG's indeed. Very nice work with that. Man, that was intense action from start to finish. Once again, thank you so much for this fantastic run, Squid Guardian. It was a pleasure to watch it. Thank you, Zexmus or Zemsis and 2Kill for the commentary. You guys did an amazing job as well.
Yeah, thank you a lot for having us. Always fun to showcase this at any marathons. And yeah, just to throw out some shout outs. We have a great community. Come join us. We love to teach people the game if you like what you saw here. And the game is just so fun, so pretty, and sounds so good. And shout outs again to you, Squid, for running this. This was great to commentate.
Yeah, thanks for commentating, guys.
Oh, yeah. They did a fantastic job. You did a fantastic job. Once again, Ori and the Blind Forest by squidguardian10. This is King Durdle, the Durdle Kingdom, the world record holder of Pirates of Darkwater, signing out for the time. Hope everybody had a great time here, and I hope to see more donations in the future, folks. Remember to go to donate.noreset.tv to show your support to La Petite Trois.